The Sun Never Sets on the British Empire is the debut album from British grunge rock band Bovine. Their sound is very reminiscent of bands from the 90s garage rock era. Fans of bands like Soundgarden, Queens of the Stone Age and Nirvana will probably like their messier musical styles. Messy can be one way of describing their sound. The band definitely doesn't pull any punches with their debut album, offering the listener a mixture of dark and brooding tracks. Is this all a bit too much though, or is it not enough? Yes, this album may not hold back, but you'll be hard pressed to figure out which direction the melody of the album will take you next. It can be difficult to guess what next track will be like, as the album songs all sound different from each other and don't follow any kind of typical album tracklist layout. Listening to the intro track Barium, then leading into the second track Ghost Chair is a great example of this. Not only could I not guess how the album was going to open, but I found it impossible to guess what genre of music this album would be. This really adds to giving the album a great coherency, blending it smoothly from one song to another, whilst keeping the listener guessing of what exactly they will be listening to next. This is exactly what an album should strive to achieve for, but not many do. The tracks by themselves also keep up this unpredictability. Put it this way, if you're simply not a fan of the recent clean melody of this 80s rock insurgent that a lot of modern metal bands seem to be going with today, you will love this next part. Now, go with me on this one, right? If this band were to be related to, say, a type of painter, they would definitely be the man throwing the paint at the large canvas and what appears to be an uncontrolled and chaotic style. Then only pausing to reveal a fantastic picture created out only chaos and inspiration. This can be seen with their songs with strong bass lines and instructive low-tone guitars, which adds a great foundation to the beat. This picture of sound is finished with a low-tuned guitar riffs and licks that are very aggressive but always appealing to the ears. The guitar riff from the song Thank F I Ain't You is, in my opinion, an iconic guitar riff, and it's one of the most memorable I've heard in a while. Vocal-wise, I believe that the singer does an admirable job in a very difficult situation. How to match these very aggressive melodies while keeping the lyrics understandable as a whole was never going to be easy. He does a great job of this though. He sounds distinct, he matches the aggression showed by his band members, and he overall does a good job. However, I do believe that even more polish on making these vocals clearer is required to make the band sound whole as better, but even so, he does a great job at what he's trying to do. The band do an amazing job with their debut album, but I think their painting, to use a reference for, isn't quite finished yet. There are still ways for them to expand and grow with their next album release. As for the album itself though, if you like the Deftones with more aggression and an album that will take you on one very unpredictable trip, then check this album out.